Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike here in the man cave of madness. It's the middle of the evening and we are looking at Waterloo 1815 Fallen Eagles 2 from Hexasim. Recently I saw a video by John of Nerd Workshop who asked the question and answered, why did he acquire Fallen Eagles 2? Well, let me tell you my story. So, I just bought this from Hexasim. Ordered it from them directly. It was a reasonable price. They shipped it good. Recent price in euros, $20 to ship to the US. Why did I purchase it when I already have this? I already have the first version. Well, let me tell you why. Before I unbox this, let me unbox this copy that I bought used. Nice, Waterloo 1815. I don't know if you can read that there. I'm going to zoom back in and show you that. Bicentenary edition. So that came out in 2015, 200-year anniversary. Nice English title, all that stuff. Here's all the nice counters. They're already punched. Oh, someone laminated the cards. Let me tilt this down here for you a little better so you can see these goodies here. Ooh, someone had laminated the cards. Look at that, Fallen Eagles. English, right? No, they're in French. The cards are in French. The cards are all in French. Fallen Eagles, Waterloo 1815. Wait a minute. Livret de Réglis? Livret de Réglis? I don't know. That looks like French. Wait a minute, this all looks like French. The whole rules are in French. Well, that's in English, right? Well, yeah, it's a map. I'm used to seeing French names on maps. Plancenoy, I believe that's pronounced. I'll probably get it wrong. And I guess the great thing about the Battle of Waterloo is everyone calls it something different. You know, it's called Waterloo. It's called Mont Saint-Jean by the French. If you can see that there, Mont Saint-Jean. I think the Prussians called it Belle Alliance. La Belle Alliance. So, whatever the name. The map's all in French, but that's fine, because there's nothing on here but the place names, and I'm actually used to that. Not that I can pronounce them. But again, Fallen Eagles. In English, well, wait. Livret de jeu. I think that means like the booklet of play. This is either booklet, something. The rules, examples of play. This is all in French. Every bit of it. All the play aids. Ordre de défense. Orders. So all this great stuff, every single bit of it, was all French. I had no clue. That's my fault. I guess I didn't look carefully enough when I ordered it that this was literally the French edition, even though the outside of the box clearly says Fallen Eagles in English. Oops, I jumped him up on the floor. Let me get that here, so I won't store it that way permanently. I always put the bagging counters on the top. If there's in a tray, I put them on the bottom. So, you know, Fallen Eagles, Waterloo, Bicentenary Edition. Why, that all looks like it's in English, right? Oh, well, my mistake. So, that answers the question, why did I buy this? So, I'm happy to finally get an edition in English that I can read. And boy, I'll tell you, I hope it is that way, because I thought, oh, thank goodness, look at that. Let's zoom in better. I see me some English on there. Yes, all right, so card deck or decks. course, if I can get into the Ziploc. All right, folks, come on. Tactical cards. W1, 2. So I'm not sure what the W refers to. Maybe it's a particular scenario, like the full Waterloo scenario. Tactical card. Well, you can't see that. Sorry. Tactical card 1, 10, 2, 4. So not in any particular order. L2, G3. Not sure what that means. G2. L1. Scenarios, I guess, maybe. G1. So anyway, a nice deck of cards in English. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Eagles of France. So this is listing all the games in the series rules. October 2022. So it's just recently released. The version 2.3 rules. I don't remember seeing a version number on the outside of those French rules, but I suppose I could try to research and figure that out. So let's just double check. All right, I see English in there. Stacking rules. Lead unit. All right, so nice colored counters, a nice full color rule booklet. All right, series rules and playbook. So this is the playbook specifically to Fallen Eagles 2. This is the rules as of October 22 for this whole series of games. Now, so obviously 3 of them, 1815, are all part of the overall Waterloo campaign. Quatre-Bras, Ligny, and Waterloo. They're leaving out Wavre. And then there's good old Austerlitz. Okay. We have a whole bunch of aid cards, all written in English. I'm happy. Okay, so one of the things I notice here, green color instead of, oh, here's the maps. So, wait, okay, so this is the orders chart. We saw something equivalent to that, but that was broken more into like zones. Instead of here, they have like red dots. There's nothing on the back. So that's for issuing orders for units. Go here, march here. So the other one I would call like a zone defense in American football. This is more like a point-to-point. Maybe it's the equivalent of man-on-man coverage. I don't know. Running a route, you know, calling orders. So this here is a mini-map, scenario 1. Hougoumont, the Red Fortress. It was a chateau. Walled chateau, I guess in some degree you could call that fortified, but I would not call that a fortress. But I suppose in terms of slowing down Napoleon, it was the equivalent of as much. All right, so there's the proximity to Belle Alliance. And up the road, that way up towards Mont Saint-Jean. So was there another? Yeah, so this other card here, it's a fold out. I'm going to zoom back. Get you a little, glare. See if I can do this without glare. Glare or shadow, which do you want? Okay, so this says scenario 3. Plancenoy. So this was where on Napoleon's right flank, when the Prussians came in and had to stop him from crashing into his flank. So that action there, and this had something on the other side. Scenario 2, Deirlon. Now, Deirlon, of course, is not a place, that's a person. in charge of Napoleon's first corps, d'Arlon's corps, who a couple of days earlier spent all his time marching back and forth and did not get involved at either Cottebras or Ligny, because he marched one way and then the other. I'm not sure that's necessarily really all his fault, given the orders that he was given. But so La Haye Santé, La Haye Santé. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Someone who speaks good French might help me. So up here we have Mont Saint Jean. All right. Actually, that's the farm. The farm of Mont. I believe Mont Saint Jean's actually up here, and that's Ferme farm, right? I'm guessing. Okay, so interesting. There are all these little scenario maps, and under here should be. No, this is not the actual map either. Scenario 4, let's see if you can read that at the top there. There, Scenario 4 setup. So this actually is telling you color-coded regions for different corps, like the 4th Cavalry, the 1st, the Hussars. Hussars, I've heard of Hussars, but not Hussars. The Guard. 6th Corps, 4th. All right. So these are starting positions. Where? I'm trying to. It's very okay. They're supposed to know. So we are way over there. Scenario 4. All right. Oh, and there's more on the other side. Scenario 3 setup. See that down there? Oh, that's Scenario 3 setup. This is Scenario 2 setup. There's Jean from. All right. So that should, by having those setups on those cards, they're good. I was going to say, where are the maps? The actual maps. Okay, so here's green map instead of the kind of beigeish, tannish, ecru color. These look nice. Now, yeah, it was June, so it should be nice and green in Belgium at that time. Not too hot yet. So yeah, not cluttered with any kind of setup information on here. Because if you notice, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are no hex numbers. There's no grids on the side. So instead of de-prettifying the map by having those artifacts of game systemness and location setup, blah, 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 you put it out on another card. You do this for the setup, and that allows this to be nice looking, pretty. That'll help your immersion. That'll help your immersion. All right, let me see the other map. Oh yeah, there it be, Chateau de Hougoumont. And La Haye Santé. Mont Saint Jean. Yep, there, if you can read that. Ferme de Mont Saint Jean. There's the farm, there's the town proper, and off to Waterloo. And of course, above, to Waterloo, and above there, Brussels. That was Napoleon's ultimate objective, was to get to Brussels. No, sorry, not going to do it. All right. I should have taken a quick look at the back of the box here in English. Now, interesting. It's in French and in English here on the back of the box. But I've only seen English in the box. All right. Signer Walter Wadowski. Okay, the copyright's actually 2021. It didn't release until 2022, so. Now, here, these counters, you can't tell, you can tell with the glare, right? If I do that, they are shrink wrapped. This looks like 4 counter sheets. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to zoom in the rounded corners. Yeah, look at that. So, clippers, counter clipper, folks. You can take a break. I counter clip. I'm not ashamed to admit it. You can take a break from that. Hopefully these come out cleanly, but nice and shrink wrapped in here. Now, of course, we only can, without opening the shrink, we can only look at the front of one side and the back of the other. I'm going to zoom down to normal. Interesting. A mix in weird places. A few route markers, one here. So where they're fitting in markers amongst units wherever they can, sort of, it's kind of interesting. Cav flanking attack, strength point ×2. Fit them in wherever. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so this is Waterloo 1815, Fallen Eagles 2. The French and English on the back of the box. Inside the box, English all the time. Except the map names. That's fine. The cards. Now, whoever had the other one, they... okay, so on the back it says which ones are tactical. Well, they're all... Well, let's see. That's... Okay, that's not labeled a tactical card. So whatever those are, scenario references or something. Strategic card. Okay, don't say that in the back. Oops, sorry. You're probably seeing nothing there. I don't know. If you don't shuffle these a lot and you're only playing one or a few cards per game, I will probably not, certainly not laminate these. I would maybe put them in sleeves, but it doesn't look like the kind of game where you're playing multiple cards or a card every single turn or something like that. But maybe if you play them, then if you have to shuffle them a lot, then I'll probably sleeve them. But all right, so I'm not gonna look at all the charts and tables, but there's the melee table, attack result, defender results. So that's interesting. So you're rolling 2 dice with modifications, and your playing result of the attacker and defender is only on a 7 in the middle. Can you see that? Am I too far away? A QFT result, which means what? QF. Do they quality factor? A quality factor check. So basically, like morale roll. And so in the 7, they both are rolling. Otherwise, it's applied to one side or the other. R, I assume, is reduced. So interesting. So that's a step loss. Glare. R's are step losses. You have to roll. So if it's 2 dice unadjusted, the chance of rolling a 2, 3, 4 is the same as rolling a 10, 11, 12. So it looks like unadjusted dice, it's completely even odds. It's identical, balanced here. Then I'm assuming you calculate some kind of odds ratio and apply modifiers, pluses or minuses. So yes, so at 1 to 1, there's no mod. If you have a 3 to 2, interesting. Low hurts the defender more than the attacker. So high odds, you subtract from the dice. So if you have 5 to 1 odds on somebody, subtracting 5, the worst you can roll is that 7. Rolling a 12 minus 5 is a 7. So you could have to roll a result as the attacker. Most likely, you'll be rolling up here. On the average, if you roll a 7 reduced to 2, you're going to give them a damaging result. So it's not a bloody surround only kind of thing, retreats. It's some reduction, some morale checks, all that kind of stuff. So those are 2 identical tables. So I can actually get this to the table this year instead of the amount of time it would take me to learn French. And I'll tell you folks, I paid a pretty penny to get this. This thing had been out of print for a while. And I was like, oh, dang, I really want to get the complete system. And I obviously did not pay close enough attention, or the person didn't disclose. I have to go back and look and see. But so I guess this is kind of a novelty now for me to have this, or I could use it to try to learn some French, trying to compare the two. Of course, the rules will be different, but some of the key words, you know, I'll be able to tell between them what that is. So anyway, my gaming woes, Meandering Mike's gaming woes. So let me finish putting this back in the box real quick here. I'm not going to make it all perfect. You guys don't want to see that. But that is my strange unboxing and my reasons why I purchased Hexasim's Waterloo 1815 Fallen Eagles 2. When I already had the game, I bought it again. And you now know why. Because I can't read French. So, there we go, folks. Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. Signing out to all you folks out there. Take care and ciao.